Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and Steve joins us again today so that we can take a look at our two sort of artist-inspired, hero-inspired, I suppose you could say, Stratocasters. And the sort of point is just to sort of show how different the Strat can be and why it's sort of the ultimate modding platform, because you can draw inspiration from so many different places. We'll go into sort of an in-depth spec of what we've done to each one, because Steve, you've sort of built that one up yourself, and I've done everything on this one myself as well. So you can probably tell who mine's influenced by. It isn't quite finished yet, but it's clearly sort of, you know, my favourite guitar player, John Frusciante, and yours is clearly
Sharon Gilmour.
Sharon Gilmour,
David Gilmour.
Dave Gilmour, yeah. The slightly less famous Dave Gilmour guitar, should we say?
He has got a yellow Strat.
But
yeah, and it kind of works.
Yeah, it looks really good, to be fair.
Yeah.
If you watch was it the first video we did, or second?
Yeah, this is a Mexican player Strat, and
that was in that video.
Did a bit of a review of it. That was with the original pickups and stuff.
Yeah.
Good guitar. And then, I don't know, I looked at it and thought, that needs some EMGs in it. So I found a used set of Dave Gilmour EMGs. Well, it was the whole circuit board, actually. Just for something a bit different.
Yeah, so obviously you sort of wired it in as a preloaded guard, but with the original guard kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's quite interesting actually, because someone asked me the other day, what's the difference between a partscaster and just a modded Strat? And these are two good examples, because like you just said, that's a 2020 player series.
Yeah.
Original net, original body, which you've ripped the electronics out.
Yeah.
You've probably talked about tuners as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about tuners. We put some Fender locking tuners on there just because they swap out with no tools necessary, really. Just tighten that up, everything's good to go.
I really like the Fender thumb wheel tuners.
They're great. String tree, I put a Graphtec string tree just because I like my tram. And then the electronics underneath. But that's it so far, because I love the neck on this.
Yeah, really like the neck.
Really good. Really lovely.
But body and net wise, you know, they're both the same. Whereas if we look at mine is a full-on partscaster. So body wise, we've got a 2011 Mexico Sunburst Strat in poly. Neck wise, we have a 2001 Mexican classic player neck. So that's got the 7 1/4 inch radius, rosewood fingerboard. On the machine heads, I've got the Kluson single line tuners on it to sort of give it more that 60s feel. With the pickups, I swapped them out to the Fender 57-62 set, and for anyone that ever wondered, it's 62 in the neck and 57 in the bridge, not the other way around. And the pots are all CTS. We got a switchcraft switch and jack, as well as full braided wiring. I went completely nuts. There's a few things left. Full braided wiring, and we have Soviet paper caps as well. The only other thing that isn't 60s is I put the tone control on the bridge as well, because I just prefer that. So, you know, nothing
Are we
on
going
this
to do
guitar.
a review of braided wire versus non-braided wire?
I think not. I was just trying to get this in my head close to feeling like a, you know, my version of a 60s Strat with some modern kind of touches. And, you know, there is some things I want to do since. I thought it was finished, but it's not.
Never is, though.
No, it's never finished. So in terms of the spec on this, you know, I did go pretty nuts, which is why I just went down into, you know, everything I've actually done. Whereas yours, you know, it is very different. Yeah. But it's still the same neck, the same body.
These are such good guitars, it's unbelievable. And it, you know, a quick mod there. The pickups were good, but I probably would have put something like yours in them eventually. But I thought, no, let's go for this. And it's basically another tool to my armoury. So I've got a guitar with some really nice Fender pickups. I've got this, they sound different, but they got different uses for recording, you know, and stuff. So this is my 80s to early 90s inspired Gilmour guitar.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing, again, with Strats especially. I mean, other guitars too, but Strats definitely is, you know, you've got, obviously, anyone who hasn't seen your video with the custom shop Clapton Strat that we did before, you should check that out. But you can always go, not emulate your heroes' tones as such, but, you know, get inspired by their sort of vibes, and you know, that's very evident with these two, I feel. That's why I think they make quite an interesting comparison.
It's fun.
So in terms of how they sound then, just after all that, you can probably guess they are two very, very different Stratocasters in terms of how they sound. This thing, more classic Stratty, I guess you would say.
Those are great pickups.
I mean, let's both go on the neck pickup.
Yeah.
and then just, I don't know, I'll play just some sort of random chord progression or something. So that to me is it's very John. It's his, that's that 60 Strat kind of sound on the neck.
Yeah.
However, going to the Gilmour, or sorry,
so I've got to play Gilmour now, haven't I?
yeah.
So if I do another bit of brick in the wall, perhaps, you know. Higher output, it's compressing more on the...
It's higher output, still quite stratty, in fairness.
Yeah, you can... But I've always said with the EMGs, it's like a Strat in high definition.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, someone asked me to explain the EMG single coils once, and I just thought it's like more piano-like in that it's everything's got a polish that a Strat doesn't have. I mean, you know, especially a Strat that's more vintage voiced. It's actually quite a dirty, gritty sound, isn't it? You know, whereas the EMGs are much more, as you say, high definition.
And you can get some beautiful, clean tones out of it. You know, but by the way, this is with the tone rolled completely off. But it will still do the sort of... Sounds like a Strat.
It does sound, it's, to be fair, it's more stratty than I thought it would sound, honestly.
Yeah.
If I give you this to do that sort of Knopfler thing, that's a good way to compare the sort of in-between sounds. And being the Knopfler expert that you are, it'd be cool for you to do it, I think.
Not expert, just stalker.
Stalker. I'm straining all of it now, please, not Steve.
Okay. That's the sound.
Yeah. And that's when you go, this is really stratty, but that is
really
almost
stratty.
the sound. We'll go back to this and do it again.
See, that doesn't sound quite right now.
Yeah, because you haven't got that extra place to go on the guitar, and I suppose that's you could say the same with the Clapton Strat as well. It gives you an extra place to go,
it does.
Which is what I've learned to appreciate with you bringing them over.
I was brought up with the 80s sort of concerts of Floyd, and this is the sound. It's that sort of, and it's got a bit of it's not a mid boost, it's an expander, so it'll give you a bit more oomph. So if you dial that in, compresses a little bit more.
An EP booster or something.
Yeah, but unlike the Clapton one, which is ridiculously
it's 25 dB.
Yeah, it's crazy, but this just gives you that extra bit more. And I've watched Gilmour carefully on a few shows, and he does use it all the time. You know, when he wants a bit of feedback off his monitor, he gets that in and he just pushes it enough, and then he's back off it again.
Definitely. But it's really cool, to be fair, though. I think it'd be cool actually to compare that boost, maybe on another video, with the Clapton boost.
Oh God, yeah.
To have them both together.
Someone will eat it alive.
It will, but it'd be interesting, because that is what I've grown to appreciate about, you know, the way you like a Strat, is that you have got more places to go.
Yes.
To get, you know, with this, it's kind of, there's your tone, you can chuck in your wah and your DS2.
That is the tone that we all want.
To me this is your sort of classic Strat tone.
Yeah, and I've got a Strat at home with a similar 665 pickups, and it's got to sound like a Strat, but then the Clapton Strat does something different, this does something different. Yeah. And it's just nice to have
as much as you can. And that's I suppose that's the point of the video, really, you know, with the Strat especially. There is so much you can do, and let us know in the comments what you would do, what your ideal Strat would be. Maybe it wouldn't be single coils, maybe it would be HSH, or you know, there's so many different things you can do. But you know, I'm going to bring this back on the channel once I've gone a bit further with it, because there is still some things I want to do, and hopefully we can bring the custom shop Clapton against that. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be really good. And just a little note, if anybody's wondering, these are obviously active pickups. The 9-volt battery is underneath the scratch plate, which is a bit irritating, but it should last a long time as long as you keep it unplugged.
Yeah, I was amazed when you said that it fits under there.
And it fitted under there, which is weird, really.
Because obviously on the Clapton one, it's in the
It's routed out in
at
the back.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But no, so if you need to change it at a gig, you're knackered basically.
Yeah, keep it fresh. Don't leave it plugged in.
Keep it fresh. That's right. Yeah. So.
But I'm gonna play out now, doing a little mismatch of scar tissue, live solos, I think, because again, John Frusciante and all that. So thanks for watching, and we will see you again on another video.